Hey, so I haven't made a video in a little while. Well, two crappy videos this year so far. I'm driving the desert here, going to a dealership. If all goes well, I'm picking up a brand new Kawasaki KLX 300. So I kind of narrowed it down to the KLX 300, to the CRF 300L, CRF 300L Rally maybe, and the DRZ 400. And I actually had a DRZ 400 lined up. It was a 2023 with like 66 miles on it. Long story short, he's got it posted, listed, but he didn't have the title. I got this bike rack thing down at my local Honda shop, and it was about 250 bucks. It's just like a hitch mount thing. So this will be the first time I use that, see how well that goes. Alright, we are going about 28 in a 60. Okay, so talking about bikes, the CRF 300L is kind of hard to find. There's a lot of 250s, there's a lot of 450s. And then the Rally's even harder to find. I did find a guy locally selling one, but he wanted close to $7,000 for it used. It was kitted out, probably be a good deal. Plus, if I get the Rally, so it comes with like a bigger fuel tank, which is great. It comes with the windscreen, which I guess would be nice. It also weighs more. It would kind of feel like I was replacing my 390 Adventure with the Rally. My goal being a lighter bike, kind of boost my confidence to go down single track and tougher terrain, go scout stuff out. You know, if I buy a heavier bike just for the quality of life stuff on there, I'm not really achieving that goal of lightweight, easy to ride. I mean, I think it would still be easier to ride, better off-road. And the KLX 300 is very similar in everything I've watched. It's very similar bikes to each other. And it's a little bit cheaper right now. So this one over here in Kennewick's got a new KLX 300s with a rebate from Kawasaki, and then they have their own little thing. So it's just over $5,000, and that's before taxes, licensing, and all the screw you fees that the dealerships have. Or I could pay $4,500 for a 17-year-old DRZ with a bunch of miles. And so at the end of the day, I think I was going to be happy with any of those three bikes. The KLX is the one that I can find new for a good price. Okay, it's 1:30, so well, 2.5 hours later. I'm on my way back. I don't know if you can see that. It's doing fine. The front fender is kind of flapping around in the wind. I'm going about 58. So, you know, if mostly everything is still there when I get home, I call that a win. It'd be fucking terrible if this thing fell off on the highway or something. Oh, and they screwed up. I talked to them on the phone. They're like, what color did you want? I said, like the gray one. Okay, no problem. And I fill out all the paperwork, you know, like online stuff. And then I come over and I didn't even think about any of it, signed all the paperwork and everything, and they lined me up with a green one. And he's like, well, do you want to redo all the paperwork? I said, no, I'm not that picky. I like the gray more. Kawasaki green's kind of whatever. So with the bike on the back, I'll be going even slower, pissing everybody off around me. I've already had like 3 people pass me. But this is a win. This is months of researching, thinking, planning. I went through the whole thing with the DRZ, thought that was going to be in my garage. And that's fine because I think the KLX is closer to what I'm looking for anyway. We're just going to ride it for a while. Tail tidy and a tank. Those are really the only 2 things I'm kind of... And foot pegs. 3 things that I kind of want to get out of the way. The tank's probably going to wait a little bit. I'm not going to spend $400 on the smaller one, and then the new one's going to come out. Roundabouts. So the tank I want hasn't quite been released. It's supposed to come out this month for this generation. And it's 3.7 or something gallons. I just wait for that. We'll get the foot pegs, we'll do the tail tidy, and go from there. Just kind of see what needs to happen. So, okay, I'm just gonna drive in paranoid silence for a while and be pulling over and check all the tie downs periodically. Well, I pulled over, I don't know, 3 or 4 times and checked tie downs. Nothing's coming loose. I haven't got it over 65, so everybody on the road hates me. Well, we made it home. Still on the truck. I guess I'll see. I'll set this up. I'm gonna try and solo get this off of here. I think it's gonna be tricky. I took a couple bars off of my rack so it would sit down in there. So we'll find out. Whoa. Okay. All right, didn't even drop it. That's the first time I've really done any of that. So you can see here, I took these, had more runners here, and I took the ones under the wheels out so it could kind of sit down in there. I was just worried if it had enough play, because it's pretty long. I was all the way up to the front, and the back wheel is resting kind of here. KLX 300. The only mods right off the bat I want to do, get rid of this fender eliminator, tail tidy, whatever you want to call it. Everybody says these foot pegs suck, and if you see my feet, they're fairly large anyway. They don't look terrible though. But anyway, foot pegs. And then this tank is 2 gallons, so we're gonna have to upgrade that for the kind of riding that we do. But yeah, even the tires, I mean, I think I'll just ride this thing with these D605s. We'll see how the front does, I guess. I'll probably leave the rear no matter what. If I am having issues, I'll swap the front out. Anyway, see if it survived the trip here. Dashboard's like nothing. No gear. I have a neutral light. No gear indicator. No fuel. It'll give you a warning when it's low, which I don't know if they've changed it, but I saw a video. The guy says it covers the odometer saying, you know, fuel low or something, so you can't even gauge how far you can go after the fuel low because your odometer is covered. I hope that that's maybe different now, but I doubt it. Very quiet. I'm sure it's lean, so after I get the basics done, I'll look at flashing or a fuel controller or a piggyback, something. So we'll do the exhaust, we'll do the ECU, something with the ECU. Hopefully get a little more power and a little healthier engine so it's not running really hot. My dog couldn't care less about this. And it comes with this little man purse thing for your tools, which is probably going to get replaced by a rack at some point. Yeah, I'm going to go ride this right now. And that'll be a video for a different time. So yeah, pretty stoked. We'll get the channel rolling again, hopefully. Everybody wants to ride, so it's about that time. Get the snow, ice, and, you know, really muddy sections dried up, and we'll be good to go. Better put my plate on here first. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.